here.
Oh, that's why.
Wow.
Caught me off guard. Oh my God.
Me too. I was not.
The hammer's right there, bitch.
Oh, God.
Leave my hammer on the table.
So welcome to the new with ENR, with Esther and Rachel.
Oh, I really like that.
Yeah, drop talks, I did say that the first 2 episodes, just figuring us out.
Yeah. We're
seeing where we are.
evolving.
It's
growth. I'm all about it.
Oh, no, I picked a scab.
All right.
Sorry.
And that's how we're nothing. Some
Sorry.
things have changed. Some things
Some
have
things
not.
are not.
That wasn't a metaphor. That wasn't a metaphor
No, I
for
just
anything.
really-
She just for real.
I
picked a
just
scab.
can't help myself. Okay, sorry. So this week it's respectfully no, which is our hot debate ticket.
Oh.
You said respectfully, and you kind of lost me there. I'm just gonna say no, just no. But Theon, respectfully, no.
I'm Esther.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Theon, by the way.
So Theon and Rachel started arguing about a little something a while ago. And we'll just bring that to the forefront. We'll make this the episode where you guys hash this out, and we'll see what the people think.
Okay, I mean, I'm down for that because I feel really confident. However, Theon already cheated on the start because he eliminated certain aspects. There's rules to this debate.
He only had one rule.
But that was my main argument. I don't know.
Like,
You're
how
gonna
are
find
we
out.
arguing if we don't know the parameters of what we're arguing?
Oh, well, this is true. Why don't you
parameters.
explain it then?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What are we arguing? Do you even know?
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
We
Maybe not.
talked about this.
Oh my God. Okay, so the argument is because I have text to prove
yes, you guys argued
Um,
about it in the text messages.
Well,
it. It is
And we
are
said we're
pretty
gonna do
women
this.
more successful than not as pretty women?
yeah.
Average, busted. I mean, I don't know. However you want to say it.
Well, I think it was like self-made pretty women versus like
that was the only issue.
That was the rule.
It would
you
have to be
added.
self-made.
right.
And I argued,
Not
I just need to
inherited
say this
or
one extra
divorced.
piece. Because I said, well, what if she got money through a divorce, used it to start her own business, and then is kicking ass? And he said no, because it still counts. And I was like, what? I feel like that's different.
Because she got famous from the marriage and money from the
No, she's
marriage.
famous because she's got a great business. She just
Now she
happened to
does.
get divorced with money. All right, whatever, fine. I'll play by the dumb rules.
You
I just need to
you
know.
think there's a bank on this planet that would give Gwyneth Paltrow money to make candles that smell like vaginas if she wasn't Gwyneth Paltrow already?
Oh, no.
No, they wouldn't. If she
You can't argue. Wait.
if Gwyneth Paltrow
You're tricking me.
looked like Steve Buscemi with the lace front, and she was broke, and she was like, she goes into SunTrust or like Bank of America, and's like, hey, I want a small business loan. Absolutely,
No.
Mrs. Buscemi. What is your business? I'm gonna make candles. Oh, that's delightful. They're gonna be scented candles. Oh, I love scented candles. What are some of the scents? Vagina. They were
My
like,
vagina.
Wait,
I don't
does
think we wanna do
Gwyneth
this.
Paltrow has a scent called vagina?
No,
Yeah,
no, she
it's
makes
my
candles
vagina.
that smells like her vagina.
Yeah, and other things.
What? How did I miss that?
How did you miss
How
that?
did you miss it?
Who is buying these Gwyneth vagina
enough,
candles?
Enough.
A bunch of dudes.
Are they shaped
Enough.
like a vagina?
No.
this regular.
I kind of want to smell it. I'm not gonna lie. Like now, I'm suddenly intrigued and want to smell it, which is awful.
Well, I want to know, like, is it like
You just rub it on
fresh
there.
after a shower vagina?
No,
Well, I
'cause
think
that-
there's varying scents,
Or
aren't
is
there?
it like well, yeah. I mean,
Well, I mean,
it
is there one called
after
tennis?
I worked out? Yeah, exactly. After I worked out vagina.
Is there one called sauna?
Do you want that?
Is there one called Swamp Ass? Because it's hot as hell out there.
I think everybody that was on To Catch a Predator that is free now
Is sniffing.
has
Oh
one of
my
those
God,
candles.
that's who she's. All right.
They're buying those candles.
Well,
in
it's a
bulk.
good thing she
Right.
doesn't fit this mold because I wasn't going to argue her
But see,
anyway.
that's kind of my argument. So about like people that were born into money or
Okay.
people that were married into money. It's like you have a safety net.
Okay.
Fine. Do you have a list of ugly women?
I did do a tiny bit of research, and
This sounds like bullshit.
The 10 wealthiest women in the world, they all got their money either from being born into a wealthy family or divorcing a wealthy dude.
Okay.
Those are the 10
In the world.
Still think
yeah,
that
in the
counts.
world.
Okay.
All right. So, okay. So are you telling me the other women didn't?
So, no, well, there's still in that, if you go top 50, there's still people that fall into that category in the top 50. But in the top 50, you're going to get people like Oprah and like Roseanne Barr. Like,
Okay, but hold on. Did Oprah come into her money? No, she worked her ass off.
right. And Oprah is not the prettiest woman in the world.
Damn it, you're right. Okay, maybe. Hold on. I need to
Oprah
get
came
this
from,
back together.
now she is because she's a billionaire. If you're a billionaire, you're going to look cute. You got the best of everything. You got,
I mean,
you drink
I'd
the
look
best
better if
water.
I was
You
Oprah,
get
I'm just saying.
you get a personal chef.
I did see like one of her earlier works where like she was in Oprah,
Yeah.
and like she had this bitch on that had the $1 million. What the fuck was it? $1 million? Was it a burger or something like that?
What?
Or $1 million something?
Oh, it was like the $1 million chicken recipe.
Chicken.
Yeah.
And she took a bite out of it and she looked at this bitch and she didn't want to be like, this is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But she was like, did you put any seasoning on this? And of course she was like, no, you can put seasoning afterwards.
What?
How is this $1 million recipe? But she didn't say that. She
Yeah.
was very respectful because she was just coming into Oprah. She wasn't Oprah yet with the magazines and the big following. And, you know, I think that's the shit you gotta do.
No, but see, that's what I'm
when
saying.
you're not
It's like-
when you're self-made, you have to eat a lot of shit.
right. There's like, and there's more books you have to read and more things that you have to do.
More things that you have to fake that you like. But I mean, Oprah's, you know, she's been through her own, you know,
And I think
especially like with weight and everything.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I guess you wouldn't call her.
I think the
Beautiful.
person most people would bring up when I would present that argument would be like somebody like Kathy Ireland, where it's like, she's pretty, but she made all of her money with her own business, and she didn't marry to anyone or anything like that, and she's behind the scenes, so it's not like you see Kathy Ireland.
Okay, but she's
and that's
beautiful.
But what I'm saying
So
is,
thank
it's
you
like,
for arguing my point.
No, but her beauty gave her access because her business is garments.
Okay, hold on. So we were literally just talking about unfair advantages.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe that is one. But at the end of the day, sorry, your parents made it. Like, and this isn't working out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so but hold on. On the flip side of that, like, perhaps this isn't so much an argument about whether or not, like, who's more successful, because I kind of hate that piece, but about how certain things are advantages or disadvantages. So, like, the piece of, yes, being a pretty woman, you are more likely to, if you're that type of woman, to climb the ladder per se. But like the boyfriend ladder, eventual husband ladder, end up with divorce money sometimes. Like, shit happens. Like, we know some marriages were not for love. Like, that shit is obvious. Like, you're 25 and he's 74. You know, you're fooling no one. So it's cool. We get that. But what I'm saying though is, like, women who are pretty at work, they don't always get the same credit for the actual work that they do. People make assumptions about them all the time. So technically, I think pretty women have to work harder.
What say Theon?
Oh, okay. I mean, you could say that. You could say that pretty women have to work harder. It's just we've yet to see that hard work pay off.
What? Oh my God. Are these? Hold on.
Because if I'm saying like the top 10 wealthiest women in the world, got their money either by being born into it or being divorced from someone who had a lot of money.
Okay, but where do you think these
Where's
people
that
are
hard-
meeting? They're meeting at work mostly.
No.
So maybe she just saw the opportunity
No.
to trade the digs in
No.
for something better because she wasn't getting the credit that was due to her, like, being pretty.
Nah.
What? Okay, I feel like this is some haterade.
This is
and
not haterade.
It,
This
it
is just-
feels that
No.
way to me.
Because
This-
I mean, you can say that about Kris Kardashian, but she didn't have a job when she met Homeboy,
No.
and
And they fell in love, and then she built
You know,
something.
they fell in love
After
because he had
sex.
money.
yeah, when he passed away, he had 30. His net worth was 30 million,
I mean,
and he left
in
them an
inflation,
inheritance.
that's not a lot right now today.
I'll take it.
I mean, me too.
enough.
But all right,
It's
I mean,
enough.
they grew
It's
up in
enough
an
to-
influential
all right.
area.
I get you guys' point, but I'm telling you, I guess where I'm trying to go with this, as someone who is semi-attractive, like sometimes I get judged all the time by my like looks. I always feel like I constantly have to prove myself.
I mean, that's true because there's always that stigma that if you're pretty, then you fucked somebody to get
Yes.
there.
That's exactly it. It's always like, who'd she sleep with?
Yeah.
Who'd she do that? Oh, she only got promoted because she's cute. Like,
But like that, those barriers and glass ceilings exist for a lot of people. Like if you're the only minority in a company, you would have to work harder. If you had some sort of disability, you'd have to work
yeah, but
harder.
we're not talking
If
about
you're
those.
part of
We're
the-
just talking about ugly and
Right.
pretty people.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you were in the
Stop trying to make my heart feel something, Theon.
if you were in the LGBTQ plus community, you would have to work harder.
Do
like
you,
if
though?
you,
Like-
yeah, you would. It, depending on the arena. So like if you are part of if you're one of those marginalized groups, you're gonna have to work harder.
Okay, hold
but you
on.
know what?
What?
The Fortune 500 or like the top 10 list of those marginalized groups exist. It's just that with women, honestly, we haven't had enough sample size of women prospering in business.
Well, no shit. That's a system thing. And where I was going is that, like, I think any group probably has to work harder regardless, but, like, culture is a huge factor. Like, the work environment culture is a big factor of that. But in any group, for the most part, unless you're, like, a male or female exclusive company, which I can't think of any, like, you're working 50%. So, like, if Margot and you are doing the same job and, like, one of you is prettier than the other, who gets the promotion most of the time?
The pretty one.
You think so? I don't know if that always happens. I think that, like, sometimes
It depends on where you work.
I
though.
think it does, because I've seen people that I
Oh.
was like, what?
I mean, it's just.
But
I mean,
do they
because
have
that's-
that what qualifications
and
do they have
Margot, like,
behind
okay.
them?
So let's say I'm a 7 in a workplace environment. Margot's a 4, okay?
In achievements and knowledge?
No,
or
in looks,
as
7 in looks.
Okay.
But we literally do the exact same work at the exact same, like, quality. In fact, my quality is a little bit higher, okay? Because I have to prove myself, is what I feel. Margot knows that everyone looks at me like a dumb bimbo. So I have to go that extra step. So now who gets the promotion?
I think it depends. Oh, like, yeah.
It's
I mean,
usually people who are less agreeable. People who are more agreeable tend to make less money than people who aren't as agreeable.
Well, fuck, I'm never getting promotions.
So, like,
then. Is
if
that
you
what
are-
you're saying?
If you're a nice person and
No.
if Margot's that nice person and she's like real easygoing, she's probably not going to get that promotion.
So if I'm a bitch, I get the promotion?
More than likely, yeah.
Really?
Agreeable people do not
Maybe
make
it is
as much money as people who are not agreeable.
Huh.
Like, I don't know why that is. Maybe it's like an intimidation factor, but
Yeah.
nice people finish last.
They do, which is why everyone should basically be half-ass and just go from there. There's
But
your
like,
advice
what
for
I'm
the
saying
day.
is like, if you look
But
at
have
all,
a pretty face.
if you look
You
at
can.
all, but you would think that having to work harder would breed like something, right? Like, so like all
Right.
the women that were self-made that didn't come from money, didn't marry into money, you would think that because they're prettier and they have to work harder, that the women outside of that list would all be pretty women, but it's not. All the women that are in that top 10 bracket of net worth that made themselves, they were rough looking women.
Okay.
They were very rough looking.
Well, that's because, unfortunately for them, they were unable to participate in societal activities like dating, possibly. They had maybe just cats and all the time just focus on work. As someone who is, like I said, semi-attractive, there's other things I need to tend to.
Or
How do you
is
think I
it-
maintain this?
Or is it that because they put all their stuff into their work, they're not as attractive as they could be?
I.e.
Ooh,
working harder.
I don't know.
But it's like, but then
And
that proves
like,
my point.
But because like you're more attractive, like you have more social.
You have more options with your
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That's like the best guitar players in the world are ugly dudes because it takes.
Well, yeah, because it's practice. So, I mean,
Right.
kudos, I guess, but
So I mean that
not
proves,
doing
that proves
it.
my point. So it's like if you are
Yeah,
ugly,
you're
or
not
man
doing
or
it.
I don't like
woman-
this argument.
Yeah.
man or woman.
So hold on, wait though. I have an article. I have a
I
few
think-
articles
oh,
that support
okay.
that it's harder for pretty women to get ahead.
I think it depends on who's hiring you though, because me and an old friend was going for the same job and I didn't even know it honestly until I did get the job. But I figured out why, because the dude that was hiring me was like an old creep. Well, not creep, but yeah, creep. But because he would always be like, "Man, if I was 10 years younger,"
Ew, no,
and
that's
he would let
sexual
me
harassment.
drive. Yeah, well, yeah.
And I mean,
But I did get that
there
job.
Are industries
But
where
it depends on like who is
And what the-
creepingly hiring
right.
you, right? If it is a dude that's like, I can get it in this.
Okay, so hold on now. Let's ask a
But then
different
how?
question.
But
What if
that
it's
was a
woman?
lowly job, though.
That
like,
happens with
or
men,
not
too.
lowly,
Okay.
but
That
that was
also
like
happens with
that
men.
was me going to college, and I just needed something so I could pay bills, and like I mean, it wasn't anything like high up or anything like that. But most people in HR are females, so you're not always gonna get like a dude interviewing
And-
you and like, yeah, I can hit that. Let me.
And I think
check.
the same thing. I mean, being pretty will get you a job. You will get hired being
Right.
pretty.
Right.
Like,
But
and
where are
that
you
works with
going?
men too.
Yeah,
like,
where
I
are you
have
going
a friend,
with that?
Sean Hanratty. Sean Hanratty is a gorgeous man. Sean Hanratty will never be unemployed. Like somebody will give him a shot. Like they just will.
Okay, I mean, so I
A
get
shot,
that.
but where are you going with that
Yeah,
shot?
where
You know,
are
like
you
what you
going?
do with it
But
and
that's
how
the
you do
issue.
it. I mean,
Well, I think I'd rather now hire ugly people because apparently they want it more. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not
Like,
saying
No,
that
no,
they.
no.
I'm saying
I
that you
feel like
have.
we're kind of all over the place.
It
with
depends
this.
on who's hiring you.
Yeah.
There's
This
so
is
many
true,
factors
because
that go into
I will
that.
say, like, I find that if I'm in a mixed gender interview, like, and this is not always the case, especially if it's like, okay, so I'm going to throw out something crazy kind of. So if we're like the females in the interview are like the same number as I am, like we're all like sevens or whatever. Let's say we're all a 7 in there. Then it's got a different vibe. Now if like there's some who are maybe 3s, 4s, 2s, like then the vibe is completely different and I can feel it. I can feel it because it's like she just and then there's all these extra questions to like prove myself. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of awful, but I'm like, oh, okay, you want to play this game? Underestimate me. That'll be fun.
You know,
Right.
but I mean, if you're ugly, there's more books you have to read. I mean, especially as a woman. Especially as a woman. If you are an ugly woman, you have less to fall back on.
Yeah.
So you have to work harder. Like
Oh.
you have to.
Man, all right, I should have taken your position.
Because
Wait, you
it's
said
like
you had articles.
So there are articles that say it's harder for pretty women. Would you like me to
Roll
read a
the-
snippet of
roll
I
roll
mean,
the
once
tape?
you have the
Roll
job,
the
it's
tape?
probably harder, but
It's harder to
get into
climb.
the door,
Right.
like you're gonna have that opportunity. And if you don't,
Oh, okay. I think lots of people hire ugly people because I see ugly people everywhere I fucking go.
but no, like there you have options. You have options.
All
if
right,
you,
for those of you who do not know me, I'm really not that judgmental. I am making a joke.
but like
Maybe.
the uglier you are, the less options you have. You have less to fall back on. and that's true, and especially for women. And that's just because what your relationship market value as a woman is based on.
Are you ready for some
is
facts?
your physical appearance.
And I think that definitely goes back, just really quick, to like when you had to like basically sell your daughter off, like dowries and shit. Because definitely, like if you had a prettier daughter, that bitch is going first.
2, 3,
and
4
then if you had an ugly daughter, or like what
she was going to be
whatever
society
at that point, because you know
that's what women's relationship market value is based on, their physical appearance.
Yeah,
and I think that's why a lot of successful women find themselves being really single. Because
I've got the stats in here about that.
We'll go for it. Huh?
Well, he said the word, and I was like, okay. So it says here, this is from the San Francisco Tribune in 2019. Think pretty and intelligent women have an easy path in the workplace? Not so, says new research. Research, Theon. It's called the third rail issue. It's how the world perceives them. It is well known that the handsome, tall men earn more, are promoted more, are believed to be smarter, and so on, regardless of their actual accomplishments. They get a benefit based on their appearance. Theon said the same thing. So do attractive women get the same benefit? Turns out the answer is a hard no. I had it hard in there. To support this, blah, 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 we don't care about that. So what they said is because, let me see. They did this thing with pictures of attractiveness. The study found that that beautiful women were perceived to be less truthful, less trustworthy as leaders, and more deserving of termination than their ordinary female counterparts. So they put together pictures and said who should be fired, and this is why. And so then it says that the stereotype perception is that more attractive women do better in getting jobs and promotions, yet the double standard also brands them as the evil seductress with the intent of manipulating men. Smart and attractive might get you a job, but then you are at risk of being revealed and penalized. Reveled. My bad.
Okay, I was like,
words are hard tonight, guys.
Someone's just gonna rip your coal. What's happening here?
Reveled and penalized for those exact same qualities. It's even worse if you're a female executive. Sexuality changed the outcome too. So if the people were romantically secure, then if the female leader is talking to happily married men who are not on the make, then she gets a better rating. If you are both eye candy and highly competent, you get double whacked. So that felt like a double entendre right there.
But yeah, so like that just so if it's hard for women, period, in the workplace,
right?
But it's
very
hard
male
for so like if they're saying that prettier women might get hired easier, but once they're there, it's harder. Yeah. It's hard for the ugly woman to get hired.
It's not that hard. Listen, I don't think you've spent, maybe it's because you're in the music industry that you don't see a whole lot of ugly women. But trust me, walk into any damn store and the ratio of ugly women to pretty women working is way higher. Way higher. Just saying. And I don't mean ugly women.
The prettier women have options. They don't have to work at that store.
Walk into any damn. You want to come visit me where I work?
They don't like pretty women. Don't have to.
We have a lot of pretty.
They don't have to.
Lucky.
I mean, they can if they want to.
But
they can if they want to, but they don't have to.
I feel like this is really superficial at this point, and wasn't meant to be superficial. It was literally just to say that both people struggle, but like being pretty isn't all it's cracked up to be sometimes.
Have to work harder. They have to. They just have to.
I mean, you're probably right. I'm not going to lie. Like, I can walk into a room and just bullshit the pants off of people.
Even by that study. Well, and it helps. It helps.
It helps that I'm pretty because people will listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth.
But it does say those who are unattractive. But I mean, and then that goes with like also that business is a very penis driven area. Kim Kardashian said, just get your ass up and work. Nobody wants to work these days.
But hold on. Here's my thing. So what she said, wrong. But not respect it. But was it not respect it because she's pretty and whatever?
No, because she didn't.
No, we know she is because she had sex with Ray J.
Well, anyways,
do you think Ray J got the short end of the deal?
No, he's making money off of that.
He makes like $30,000 a month just off that sex.
But anyway, Is he
Sorry.
they're
Yeah.
not our topic. But yeah. You know, it goes either way because it is who's interviewing you, and then
Yeah.
like, so Pretty Woman do get the job, but then you don't move up in the company or anything, and then if you do, then everybody's like, well, who you fucking,
Right.
and stuff
Because
like
we
that.
still
Yeah.
we don't like successful woman is still new to us.
Yeah,
Like we're still
unfortunately, yeah.
it hasn't been that long.
But we don't ever question the one who's a little busted about how she got up. We make the assumption that she's automatically a good worker, and that is not always the case.
Not that she's
Yeah.
a good worker, that she has to work hard. It's like she might be
hard.
terrible at her job, but she gives it all she's got, probably.
I bet
Well,
she
then how's she
don't though, because
terrible
I
at
have
her
met
job?
some ugly ass people who like don't give it all that they need to, and somehow, and I'm
They're
always like,
dumb.
how did that happen?
They're very
Like
dumb.
my former boss, one of them had like, you didn't know where he was looking sometimes, and like he's making a crap ton of money.
Yeah.
Like you weren't sure
But,
if he was looking at
but
you
you
or
said
your
he.
homie.
Yeah, he. No,
And
yeah.
that's
Men
a,
don't have to be pretty.
That's a different, yeah,
That's
that is a
awful.
big
all right,
different
so
topic
that, like,
because
that,
he is
right.
different.
that
but
comes
she,
to like our market value in relationships. So like women's value is based on their physical appearance,
mostly looks, yeah.
mostly on their
unfortunately.
looks. Men's
I'd like to cash that in right now.
men's men's market value
Right,
is based
right.
upon like how well can they provide.
Mm.
So an ugly man can get a gorgeous woman
This is
if he's a good provider.
Ooh,
So like
seen it
every
at my
so
old
like being an
job.
ugly man is not that big of a deal. Every man in the world is $500,000 to $600,000 away from getting a gorgeous woman.
Even Donald Trump, like one of his
Right.
quotes was like, "It doesn't matter how you look, but basically, like very loosely, how much you make."
Right.
Like very loosely,
For men.
his
For men.
thing for men, it doesn't matter how you look, it matters what you make, which
'Cause-
is true because like, and that goes back to like how society has been forever. Like
Right.
you don't sell your daughter off to like
The
a
poor
fucking
dude.
serf. You
No.
go for the king or like
And
someone
how
that
pretty
has
she is
yeah,
will
how pretty.
influence
Yeah.
how wealthy
Exactly.
the suitor
So
will be.
then, how do we help those who might not be bringing in top dollar?
Well, there's
just
a
You
yet?
lot,
have to.
well,
Like,
there's
that's-
a lot of
Is that why
female
YouTube
owned.
makes makeup?
Yeah, maybe.
like,
And there's a lot of
tutorials?
female-owned brands and companies that are coming up, but I mean, like,
Yeah. So it's
we just
unfair
have,
for
we're just gonna have to
like
roll
relationship wise, it's unfair for women. It's like totally unfair for women because your value is your physical appearance.
Yeah, it's all
and that will
outside.
fade over time, and it does.
You shut your mouth.
It
We don't
does.
talk about that.
And you know what?
We
You know
don't.
what?
We don't talk
Every-
about that.
Every single year,
You're
they
losing
come out
on that
with
with
a
a
brand new 20-year-old that's bad as shit. Like
First
they come
of
out
all-
like Corvettes, and they're always better, always better.
Hold on. Luckily for
And you
me,
have to
though,
compete with that.
I don't have to compete
That's
with that
worse.
because what they are all lacking is critical thinking skills. Anyone who has
But-
hired a kid that age
But-
knows that they
But
don't. So if
what
they want a
you
successful
read in that
business,
study, if they're prettier than you, they're gonna get the job.
I'm
And-
pushing them down the stairs before the interview.
They're gonna get that relationship
That's how
too.
I'm doing it.
Like relationships are
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am.
unfairly
Did you trip?
unfairly balanced on the side of men. It's like
Mm.
it doesn't like I at any point in my life, if I have a good enough idea or if I'm lucky enough to get enough money, I can date pretty much any caliber of woman I want to if I have enough resources.
You don't
As
think
a-
pretty women can do the same though?
No,
like,
no, they
there's
can't.
Okay, yes,
So-
pretty women can date whomever they
No,
want.
no, they can date whoever they want to.
But
So the ones with
men
money.
are very
But like
about
if you're a
shit
woman
like
with
that.
tons of money, like there's still a limit to the kind of dude that you can get.
Right.
Like there's still no
I'll
there's
buy
Because
somebody
men-
if I have a ton of money.
but
Yeah,
it's,
because then you're gonna
there's,
have to.
there's still a limit.
that thought process of dudes because they're like I gotta be the macho man.
Yeah. The
I have to
man
be the one that makes the money.
like Ali Wong has a joke where she talks about
I like her.
how she has a male comedian friend who dates like models, and she has a female comedian friend who dates
dates,
like
like,
nobodies.
mechanics.
Yeah, because attracted to men isn't necessarily the same thing that attracts women. And I'm saying this from a cisgender heterosexual man's point of view.
Dude, if I was
Almost
rich,
definitely.
though, do you just realize, like, the thought that went through my head? If I was rich, I could roll up into anywhere and just be like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Like, 20 years younger than me and stuff?
I don't think you can.
No, because
You
that's
can't.
not. That's
You can't.
Is this a
not.
dare?
That's different.
No, you can't.
No,
It's
because,
different. It's not the
like,
same.
Men,
It is if
And
I'm
that's what-
rich.
but because no,
And that's
because-
what puts like
That's
successful
different.
women makes them single.
Are
all
you
the time.
telling me? Okay, so maybe
Because
it's my own
men-
fucked up
Well,
mentality.
because men are told, boys are told when they're little, okay, you have to provide for the family. So it's not sexy
No, it's
for
not sexy at all.
everybody when you date a woman that or a man, you know, however you go. Like it doesn't contrast like if
It's
you
not
date
it's not
like you are
equal.
supposed to be the sole provider. So that's what's driven into you how you're born, like whatever culture, like mostly men and or boys in America are told that. Like
I
you
mean,
have to be the
And
provider.
to a degree, I mean, that's like nature.
So-
to a
okay, but
degree.
hold
Like,
on. What I'm
So when you
saying is,
meet
though,
a woman who is successful,
Right.
then that's intimidating to some men because
there
they
will
don't
be
like
a
that.
mechanic that gets up in my damn car. If I went
No
into
doubt.
the shop
But
and
the
I said, "Who wants a ride in this
But if
sweet
you,
ass whatever I got?"
Please complete that sentence because if you just say who wants a ride in this, that's so many different things.
Sweet ass.
but
I meant Tesla.
The
Elsa?
men-
How you say it?
Tesla, what the fuck?
the men that you would, you would attract by your money aren't men you want anyway.
Yes, they are. If they're
You don't want those men.
They're gonna be
don't
money
know.
You don't.
grabbers.
They're gonna be indentured
That's why, like,
servants.
that's
And they
why, like-
just don't know it yet. It's a win-win for me.
That's why so many
They're gonna be the
successful
twin-
women are
twin-
single.
Not the Twinder, the Tinder.
No,
The Tinder
I'm
swindler, yeah.
the Tinder swindler, and I'm gonna take their muscles and
have you
handiness.
watched that?
Yes, I have. That
Oh
was
my
insane.
god. Okay, I know that's not part of what we're
God
talking about.
bless.
but
God bless.
whoa.
It kind of is.
God
It
bless
kinda is. Well,
those
yeah,
poor
it kind
girls,
of is
though.
because they had some money. They didn't. They
This
weren't
guy,
rich,
though,
but they were
had
like
some major skills.
Yo,
He did.
He-
He does one of two things. He does one
don't
thing.
know how.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
But
Fox like a
I mean
champ.
that's the thing. Like
Mhm.
he's beautiful.
Mhm.
He is kind of youngish.
Listen,
He's going
Nobody
for women
has-
that would
I
like.
think he can lay the pipe
that would-
too.
he would
because
definitely-
I don't think so.
I'm not giving up any
He
money
didn't
if
fuck
you don't
his
lay the
friend.
pipe.
I don't
Well,
think so.
she's stupid.
I don't think it's the pipe.
I mean, and that's not it.
So-
That's not victim.
and he
that's victim
only
shaming.
and
Yeah.
he only was with that one woman once.
Yeah. And some of those
Well, it
women he
must have
didn't
been
even.
good.
Yeah. No, I don't think it because like he's like a true male prostitute because men control access to relationships and women control access to sex. So men have to pay for
Ooh.
sex. What those
Bringing
women were paying for was a relationship. That's what he gave them.
This is true.
He
yeah.
gave them an amazing relationship.
With his text, he was like, "Hey, beautiful," all these things. I mean, he took him places. Yeah,
And
no,
did
you're
like
right.
spontaneous stuff. It was never a dull moment.
Well, I guess
he
that
was
wouldn't work on me then.
He was texting them all kinds of wonderful stuff
'Cause
and putting them
I
on
need
like
to know
yeah.
more about the bone.
It was a wonderful relationship, and that's what he gave. Because there's always better dick out there. If you're trying to seduce women with the prowess of your penis, you're in for a surprise because it's better out there. But what you can do is that you can seduce them with the hopes of a wonderful relationship.
Well, and did you notice he kind of went after mediocre / pretty women, like the average looking woman?
And successful women.
yeah,
Why? Because they are fucking single.
All right, I'm done with this argument. He won. I sound like an asshole this version. I can't.
Because they're single and they
please
don't
know that
have
I'm not an
access to
asshole.
relationships. They all
I
have
might be.
access to sex. They can have sex any day of the week.
Listen, ugly people can't have sex every day of the week.
No, but like these women were like successful women that
Oh,
I mean,
so hold on. So then you prove my point about me going into the mechanics
No, for
garage and
sex,
having
yeah.
one come.
But
That's
like-
all I was trying to say.
but
I'm
like
not trying to build a
relationship bros, you're not
Yeah, no.
gonna have a
If
meaningful
I'm
relationship.
rich, my relationship is with me, myself, and my shit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's different. But there's always a difference between like just physical or like long term.
Right. And if you are if you're a successful woman, and you are worth millions of dollars, there's a certain like you're smart, you're intelligent, you're articulate, you're into some shit. After a while of like blowing through like 19-year-old like dudes and just handing out PlayStation 5s for some dick, that's gonna get old to you.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, so you're gonna want someone
I
that
don't know.
you can talk to. I mean, everyone does.
You know how
Like,
we can find this out?
You can't live on bread alone.
One of us has got to get rich. So, which one of us is it?
But we're already married.
Yeah, well, you know.
Like
Okay, so you guys tell us what you think about this debate. You know, do those who are not physically attractive have to work more than those who are attractive?
Yeah.
Was basically
That's basically
the debate. The hot topic, the hot issue.
Theon made the rules, and the rules were unfair because
They're
at
not
the end of the
unfair.
day, pretty women are more successful because what's Jeff Bezos' wife? Like,
But
she's
not
one of the richest women in the world, so therefore she used her face for success, if that's what it was.
Is she one of the
Yeah,
richest?
she's like number 2.
Yeah, but
All she had to do was
that's
divorce Jeff
because
Bezos.
it's Divorce, though.
It should count
It doesn't.
because you can't be okay. Hold on, so you
But
can't
what
be a
was she
dumb
before
rich woman.
him?
No, she just had to be hot.
Okay, but yeah, okay. So my point is though, is you still have to be smart though to be able to do that. Anna Nicole Smith,
she?
that story didn't end the same way.
She was not.
She wasn't smart. That's my whole point.
You just have to be
Like, so you have to have beauty and brains to be a top earner. Done.
And brains, though, and you said she wasn't smart, so I'm confused.
I'm talking about Anna Nicole because her situation didn't work out the
But
same way
she-
as Jeff Bezos, and she won smart. That was my point.
R.I.P. But
Whatever.
anyways,
We're
Well,
done.
you have to be the first wife. The first wife
The first
gets the most
wife.
money. And
Well,
Nicole
yeah.
Smith was not the first wife.
I mean, as any culture, especially like Koreans, like you had to be the main bitch.
I
Yeah.
told Nate if we ever got divorced, I was going to keep my last name forever just to be a fucking bitch about it. And I was like, and that way, if you ever remarry someone again, she'll always know she's the second Mrs. Lavoie.
How would she know that though? You don't
Because
have to put
I'll
a
fucking
second.
tell her.
You don't have to
I'll
put
tell
a
her.
2.
No,
She's
but
not
she
a
will-
junior.
She's going to feel it in her
She's
soul.
not a Lavoie
She's
Junior
gonna feel
because
it in
you
her
keep the
soul.
name. What the fuck?
She's going to feel it in her
Rachel.
soul. Trust me.
She's not a junior because you keep
but
the
hold
name.
on, Esther. So let's say Theon was married beforehand, and he married a Nicole, and so there's a Nicole Walls, and then you guys get married.
Yeah.
But Nicole keeps her last name still, and it's just like, yeah,
I'm hyphenating.
this is no fucking fun. I'm done.
I have to keep Heartless. Like my fucking name is awesome.
Fine, Theon, you need to take Heartless.
no.
You should.
What you should? Whoa, he hard note that right away, and that
That's
felt
fine. I
really
don't care.
sexist
It's my-
to me.
it's my
I felt
dad's
the
name. I don't give a
sexism,
fuck.
like flowing over here.
My dad has enough grandkids. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Walls is my granddad's
Can I
name.
take
I'm
your
gonna
last
get
name
rid
if
of
I
Walls.
decide to change mine? Maybe I'll
That's cool. I don't give a
hyphenate
fuck.
ours.
I mean, he would probably be happy. You'd probably be a more talkative, better daughter than me.
that doesn't mean I'm better. That just means I run my mouth more.
That's he would love. He would probably love that in his old age. Anyway, so this has been respectfully no, and maybe Theon's won it. I don't know.
I think
What do you
I
guys
won.
think?
I feel good about it.
I'm just gonna give up and tell you won.
Give up.
I think
No, I did.
the
But-
moral of all this is that it's difficult for women no matter what.
Almost definitely.
It's
Exactly.
difficult for women. And
So maybe we should just be nicer as a society to each other. Boom, right?
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
nice
yeah.
nice is always better.
Will it happen? Probably not.
No.
Especially
That's why I gotta push
especially
bitches down the
'cause
stairs
most-
if they're prettier than
It's
me for a job interview. Boom, point proven.
So, join. You can follow it. Oh, I forgot to do this. You can follow us with ENR. Boom, name change. Oh my glob.
Right? So much easier too.
Right. And next week we're gonna do a Theory Tuesday.
Yay! I love Theory
have
Tuesdays.
an awesome theory.
Do you? I can't wait.
I can't wait either, because I don't think a lot of people know this, but I don't know. I might be just like in my own little closet world, but I feel like it's something new, something different that I haven't seen, because I watch a lot of
True crime.
actually like
Theories?
a lot of true crime, but you know, and theory things, and I haven't heard it until this one podcast.
Wait, don't give it away.
I'm not gonna give it away. I'm not
Okay,
gonna give it
good.
away, but I haven't heard it on any others that I've listened to except for this one, this Australian group that I'll reveal next week. So
Razor blades.
oh my gosh.
All right,
They're
we
so
have to-
I do like their voices. It does
Me too.
help.
I can't do it.
It's
I
the
like it.
mystery of the hammer pants. Boy.
I like it enough. But anyways, so we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.